Another Ants on a Rock video. Welcome to the Ant Corner. Massive multi-species Vivarium, episode number 8. It's so overgrown. Looking into my tank, you can see how overgrown it is. The glass is filthy, there's insect poo everywhere, excuse the awful reflections, but you can see it's really overgrown. The plants have done so well, which I'm quite happy with and quite proud of, really. I mean, look at these ferns. But it is getting overgrown and starting to encroach on the barrier. So here is a really quick video, me cutting back the plants in the tank. Obviously, like I say, excuse the reflections. And just watch how it transforms. At this point, I'm just cleaning the glass as well. Really fast and easy job. I just use cotton wool, spray it with some mineral water, and then go over it with some dry cotton wool again, until it looks fairly clean. Can't you see the difference? So here is the before shot, and here is the after shot. As you can see, I cut back loads, but it's given me great access to see everything that's going on. I couldn't even see that piece of driftwood before. I was obviously very careful whilst cutting it back, and I checked every single piece before I quarantined it in a separate area, just in case there's anything like stick insects living on the leaves. After a time in quarantine, they'll get put into my Isopod bin, which will really appreciate all the extra cuttings. Next, I've got a few more clips for you. Coming up is the Polyrhachis dives. Now we can actually see what the nest looks like. Look how they've exploded and expanded. All of that is woven silk and little bits of debris and substrate that they've taken from around the tank and woven into place to make their nest larger and larger, expanding as they grow. They move their larvae back and forth over the desired areas to create the silk, which actually requires the larvae to eat quite a lot of protein, which would explain why they're eating so much and always so hungry. These guys never stop eating at the moment. Guys, I mean girls. They're all girls, but I always say guys. You must know that by now. Sorry. What I really like about the nests is if you look super carefully, you can see the shadows of the ants behind the silk sometimes. Next, although it's really hard to see, I was really happy to get this footage. That's one of my giant olive millipedes. They only really come out at night, and they're really hard to see. But, there you go, I don't see them very often. And over here, even better. It's impossible to see in this, so I had to turn a light on. It's one of my bumblebee millipedes. Now I put these in as tiny little juveniles, 5 of them, and I haven't seen them since. That's the first time I've seen them in about 2 months, and aren't they big? My snail, having a little munch on some cucumber. He gets through about 1 slice to 2 slices a night on his own, and all the isopods also love cucumber. The ants have started to eat cucumber, and it seems most of the insects are now living on a good diet of cucumber. It might be because it's so hot recently that they want the extra water, but obviously there is water available all around the tank and it is quite a moist environment, so maybe they're just enjoying cucumber. I like a bit of cucumber. Again, I was really lucky to see the crab come out, one of the crabs, the 2 remaining out of 3. I'm not sure which one this is, but it seems bigger than when I first got him, so I'm guessing he's had a molt. He came out just for a little bit, had a little wander about, found some food in the depths of the pond there, and he scurried back into his burrow, which is between those rocks behind the log. Fair enough, it was nice to see him. This is what I call the isopod corner, although there's an ant there as well. I put in cucumbers and tomatoes and anything I want into this tiny little corner area of the tank, and it's just exploded with the isopods. Not just isopods, but other insects like springtails and the millipedes come here too, even the ants, but the isopod population here is just insane. If you go there at night, there's even more. And lastly, our stick insects, although you probably can't see him, so I'm going to put a little thing around him and make him stand out for you. He is alive, he is growing, the other 2 are in there as well, they're growing, so it's all going really well. And that's it for this update. I've been really lucky to get this footage, so I was glad to give it to you. See you again, ant fans.